everyone. This is Mike Talks Cars Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. News. In industry news, there's a lot of talk about market capitalization in the auto industry right now. Pundits and reporters are throwing around ideas about how big Tesla is compared to tiny Ford or GM. They base these statements on stock prices and number of shares outstanding. Tesla has never sold more than 1 million vehicles in a year. They will, but they haven't yet. Ford, on the other hand, sells more than 10 million vehicles per year. So, what's going on? EV fever is what's going on. Investors are hoping to catch a huge win by investing in EV manufacturers, and they don't seem to care whether they have even delivered any vehicles or not. If you look at market capitalization per vehicle sold, Ford runs about $25,000 per unit. GM is about $13,000 per vehicle sold. Tesla? Well, how about $1.25 million per unit? Stunning when you think about it. Tesla has certainly been a disruptor in the auto industry and will undoubtedly continue to innovate and push the boundaries. But folks, if you think that the GMs and Fords and even the Stellantises are going to concede sales leadership to Tesla, I believe you would be mistaken. And that's just North America. Nobody should think that Volkswagen AG, a global giant, isn't in it to win it either. Big? Tesla isn't big. They have the inside track for EVs right now, but they don't have the capacity or the sales networks to be big when compared to mainstream manufacturers. Not yet, anyway. In new vehicle news, Ford has announced that they will be doubling the production capacity of the Ford F-150 Lightning electric pickup. They'll be raising their order bank capacity from about 80,000 units to 150,000 vehicles to be built this year. Ford's decision to adjust capacity is most likely based on pre-production reservations and customer interest in EVs generally. Ford's stock prices were up 6.4% in early trading on this news just this morning. Pickup truck sales have been trending upward for the past several years, and interest in electric versions of pickup trucks has been huge. This announcement comes just a day before GM reveals their new EV Silverado pickup truck. Tomorrow, GM CEO Mary Barra will reveal this new truck during an online presentation as part of the Consumer Electronics Show. I will be covering that reveal in tomorrow's podcast. Now for some musings with the trainer. Have you done what so many people do at this time of year? Have you sat down and set some goals for yourself for 2022? I did a deep dive into goal setting in episodes 30 through 34 during Season 1 of this podcast, and I suggest having a listen to those for a little more detail than you'll get today. If you have set some goals, how are you doing? We're now 2 days into the year, after all. Are you still on track? Statistics tell us that most people are already behind on their New Year's goals before the first week of the year has ended. Why is that so, you might ask? Well, most people have a pretty clear idea of what they want to accomplish, but they try to do all the changes needed to succeed at once. Yeah, no. Breaking your big goals, like I want to lose 30 pounds, down into, and pardon the irony here, bite-sized pieces that will allow you to hit many goals that will ultimately lead you to your bigger goals is what you need to do. In sales, it's all about changing behaviors that limit your success into behaviors that open doors and build customer connections. For each big goal, there should be a series of specific steps that are measurable and attainable. Each step should be realistic, but stretch your current skill set to make it better. And each step should have a timeline developed that you can use to stay on track. Oh, and write them down in pencil. Your goals should be a living document, after all. If you haven't set some goals, what's stopping you? Just remember, not hitting a goal is not a failure on your part. It's just an opportunity to evaluate whether the goal was the right one for you. Over time, it's possible to get really good at setting challenging goals that will help you succeed. Maybe a good goal is to learn how to set goals. This is Mike Little, reminding you that, hey, selling is fun. Go have a great day.